Welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're going to decode one of the most important and honestly most revealing documents a public company releases. We are peeling back the layers to show you how to understand a company's health, its strategy, and even its biggest fears, all from one single report.
So what is this magic document? It's called the Form 10-K. Now, every publicly traded company in the US has to file one of these with the government every single year. It's basically a mandatory, super in-depth report on how they're doing. And today, we're going to use the one from a healthcare tech company called TruBridge to show you exactly how it all works.
Here's how we're going to break it down. First, we'll talk about what this annual checkup really is. Then, we'll get to know our case study company, TruBridge. We'll look at their game plan for growth, what keeps their execs up at night, their official worry list, and finally, we'll see what the numbers actually say about how they're doing.
And here's the thing you have to get about this document. It is not just for investors or Wall Street analysts. No, it's a detailed story that the company writes about itself. It's where they have to lay it all out, the good, the bad, and the complicated. It's basically our map for figuring out what really makes them tick.
So let's get to our case study. By digging into TruBridge's 10K, you'll see how we can piece together a really clear picture of who they are, what they actually do, and where they fit into the bigger picture.
Right away, in the business overview section, we get the basics. We learn that TruBridge has been around for a while, since 1979. They provide super important tech and services, and their main customers? They're the smaller community-based hospitals and clinics.
And check this out. The 10K isn't all dry legal jargon. The company actually includes its mission statement right in the filing. This one phrase, "We clear the way for care," tells you a lot. It gives you a real feel for their purpose, their company culture.
And here, the 10K breaks down their business into two main parts. Think of it like this. One side is about money, the other is about medicine. The financial health part is all about helping hospitals manage their cash flow, getting paid by insurance companies. The patient care side is about the actual tools for treating people, like their electronic health records.
Now, to really get a sense of the world they're operating in, the 10K drops this huge number on us. The U.S. healthcare industry is projected to be an $8.6 trillion market by 2033. So yeah, they're playing in an absolutely massive and growing field.
But here's the really smart part. They are not trying to conquer that entire $8.6 trillion market. Nope, the 10K gets very specific. They focus on a niche, the roughly 3,000 community hospitals with fewer than 100 beds. These are those smaller, often rural hospitals that bigger companies might just ignore.
Okay, so we know who they are and who they're selling to. Now the 10K shows us their playbook. This is where the company tells us, and investors, exactly how it plans to win in the coming years.
And they lay it out for us, clear as day. First, core growth. Pretty simple. Sell more of their financial services to the hospitals that already use their patient software. Second, margin optimization. Basically, become more efficient, cut costs, partly by using a global workforce. And third, digital innovation. Got to invest in new tech to stay competitive.
And this is where it gets really interesting. They don't just throw around a buzzword like AI. They tell us they're building a specific tool, a denials prediction model, to help hospitals stop insurance claims from getting rejected. They even give us a target launch date. This shows you their plan is real. It's not just talk.
But hey, a great strategy is only one part of the story. After the game plan, you get a serious reality check. This next section, risk factors, is honestly one of the juiciest parts of a 10K. It's where the company legally has to tell you everything that could possibly go wrong.
Seriously? Think of this as the company's official worry list. The government makes them write down every major threat to their business, from huge industry trends all the way down to little company-specific problems.
And for TruBridge, the list is pretty long. You've got the big picture stuff like government red tape and their market getting too crowded. Then there are business risks like facing off against way bigger competitors. You've got product risks like the constant fear of a data breach. And of course, there are financial risks like managing a lot of debt. It's a full rundown of their weak spots.
So, after the strategy and all the worries, the 10K hits us with the hard data, the financial scorecard. This is where we get to see if the company's story actually matches up with its performance.
Let's start with the big one, revenue. For the fiscal year ending in December 2025, TruBridge brought in $346.8 million. That's the top-line number that gives you a sense of the scale of their operations for the year.
And the financial tables let us dig a little deeper. We can see that almost all their business, over $340 million, comes from right here in the US. Their international arm is tiny in comparison. We can also spot a trend of slow but steady growth over the last few years.
But this is where reading the 10Ks gets really powerful. Remember their third strategic pillar, digital innovation? Well, this chart, which we built from data in their report, shows that their spending on product development has actually been going down for 3 years straight. Now, that is a fascinating twist, right? It makes you ask some tough questions about their innovation plans.
So, what you can see is that a 10K isn't just a boring financial report, it's a whole story. You've got the company's identity, its grand strategy, its deepest fears, and its actual performance, all wrapped up in one document. You just have to know how to piece it all together.
And look, this whole process isn't really just about TruBridge. Learning to dissect a 10K is a skill. It's like a decoder ring that lets you look past all the hype and headlines to see how a business really works. The information's all out there, just waiting for you to read it.